Whoa! 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 Greg Malley! Greg Malley!
What's up, man?
How we doing? Oh, that looks weird.
We're doing great.
I don't like that background. Hold up.
I don't like your background. I'm just kidding.
I don't like you, okay? Fucking NBA insider. You think you're all tough now?
Yeah,
We're in the city.
I'm killing it.
Look at us. We're in the city now. Now we're in the arena. I like that one.
Oh, dude.
I like that one.
We're in the arena, bro. Your audio is like a little off from your camera, but I don't know if
Is
that's
it
just
really?
me. Yeah. Ask the chat.
Man.
Chat, is it solid?
Hello?
Oh, no, you're good now.
I'm good? All right. Well, it don't really matter, man.
Nothing really matters.
So we're here today
We're here
to talk some free agency because I haven't talked to Greg Malley in a bit. He's been
almost
working
a whole
hard.
day, Rob. It's been almost a whole day.
He's been working hard on, insider stuff since he's an NBA insider now.
Phone's off the hook, dude. The phone's off the hook.
That is my alarm. My bad. But Greg, what are your thoughts on our signings?
I like it, man. It's exactly as I said in my videos in going live with you. We predicted the DeAnthony Melton deal. Went down. We liked it. We talked about it. Daniel House seemed like a little much for me, but maybe his market value is a little higher than I previously expected. I said I was expecting him to sign with the Sixers, but it would have been towards later of the free agency period. But I mean, I like it nonetheless. He's a good ball player. He's going to bring 3-and-D energy. He is a consistent high 30% three-point shooter. He's done it with pretty solid above average volume too. Last year was weird. He was on like 3 different teams. So I try not to look at that. But PJ Tucker, as we knew for like 2 weeks now, because tampering is a thing, but it's also not a thing. It was a great move. You can't overpay for culture. You cannot overpay for a culture change. I like the video that you put up as well on Twitter. Thought that was cool.
The hustle play?
Yeah, it's just really that one possession completely goes to show that you really can't overpay for a guy that's doing that, because that play is the epitome of what he's going to be and bring to this team. Like, that's not going away with him getting older. If not, he's probably going to bring even more of that. But dude, I'm here for it. I know your boy Trevelin Queen. I watched a lot of highlights of him today when I woke up. He
What'd
has
you
a nice,
think?
pretty shot. If it can translate a little bit to the higher level, that would be sweet. But he's also another athletic wing. And
Mm-hmm.
worst case scenario, he's just going to be a better Charlie Brown Jr. who we can sneak a couple of minutes to and possibly turn into something that later down the road looks like it's a steal, you know?
Yeah, it's a low risk, high reward type of situation. He's got that it factor too. He'll shoot it right in Greg Melly's eyes,
Most
right in
dudes
your
would.
eyes.
I'm only 5'8". If
Um,
6 foot something Trevelin Queen's not hitting it in my face, we got a
six
problem.
six to be exact.
Yeah.
I think he's like a better version of Isaiah Joe, to be honest.
Maybe. I mean, that's a solid comparison. I don't think when all said and done, I don't think he's going to be a better shooter than him. I think Isaiah Joe still has that working for him. I think he's just going to be a knockdown guy if we can give him an opportunity to be the knockdown guy. But McQueen, Queen is going to give you
Lightning McQueen.
Lightning McQueen. Um, he's going to give you athleticism. He's going to give you a
Hustle.
probably average defense. You know, he's got the body for a good defender. We'll see how it works, but again, the Sixers are not done yet.
They're not done?
No, of course not, dude.
So can you expand on that? Because I think we're done. If I'm
Really,
being honest, I think we're done.
for the entire offseason.
Maybe like one little minimum signing. Like
Okay,
I see Schroeder out there still available. I'm like, I wouldn't mind him on a minimum. I thought Daniel House was gonna be on a minimum.
me too. Me too.
Taxpayer, I was kind of like, what?
But we gave him the biannual, right?
Yeah, whatever. The
Yeah,
4.5 thing.
right, right.
So
No,
I
I
don't
don't think
know.
we're done. I don't think we're done. I mean, this Kevin Durant thing is gonna drastically change the landscape of the NBA. So depending where he goes, the Sixers are gonna. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Morey's on the phone trying to acquire KD. At the end of the day, I don't think we have enough to get him compared to other teams and what they probably can offer at the end of the day. But I mean, I would see Philadelphia still trying to move Tobias Harris. I'm still going to stick by that. I would be surprised if we held on to him a little bit. Matisse
Do you
Thybulle,
do you like the
Thybulle
fit of PJ and Tobias?
starting together.
Yeah, because they're
God
gonna
no,
start.
no, hell no, hell no,
Yeah, I would agree with that. But I just
hell
don't
no.
see us. Who would we trade Tobias for? Now, Windhorse had a huge monologue that's trending on Twitter. How he's like, everyone's like, oh my god, this is just a beautiful work of art. And he was saying how the Jazz are going into a rebuild per se. Basically, is what he got at. And I was like, maybe the Jazz would take on Tobias Harris's contract if they were going in a rebuild, if we, gave them Matisse Thybulle, some picks, even though we don't have any picks, pick swaps, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I said as soon as they traded Royce O'Neal for a first round pick that they're going to go into a big offseason of change, whether that's a rebuild or trying to retool and keeping one of Mitchell or Gobert. Uh, no matter what, I think Utah's in for a big time haul this offseason. I think they're going to try and do a lot to just drastically change what's going on there. They have to. They have no choice. Plus, they have Danny Ainge, who is a guy who is always the dude that does that. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I said that pretty early on as soon as that O'Neal deal got done. But it's weird, man. Like there's just so much that is going to happen that will change everything. And I'm surprised that moves were even being made today, just because KD is still technically out there on the market. And I mean, I would be absolutely flabbergasted if Kyrie came back to Brooklyn with no KD.
Greg Loki looks like Daniel House. That is the wildest comparison I've ever heard. But
That's as wild as it gets.
I don't know. Stop. Hold on. I don't know. I kind of see what he's getting at.
Bring him up. Put him on the screen.
Ugh, that's a lot of work, man. But what do you think of the Boston Celtics move for Brogdon? Because I have a hot take,
I
but
love it, man.
what are your opinions?
I love it. Daniel Tice will strangely find his way back to Boston at the deadline because that's what happens every year they ever trade him. He always comes back and is always somehow still on the team by the playoff run. And I'm like, we're always like, how the fuck did Daniel Tice come back on the ball? Like what did we miss, man? How is he back in Boston every year, dude? I like it, but again, it comes down to what I was saying in the space that I invited you to, and before my internet went out.
That was
Is
embarrassing, by the way.
yeah, it was bad. I had some good takes I wanted to spit out. I just couldn't get it out. It's all going to be dependent on Jason Tatum. I look nothing like this man. There's nothing further than a guy. You can name 6.999 billion other people before this. This dude might be the dude I look least like in the world.
I don't know, man. If you're black, I think you'd be him.
You realize how crazy of a if that you could say. You're like, if you were 6'5" and 260 pounds.
You guys got like the same facial structure, I think, is what he's getting at. I see it.
Dude, you know what? I'll take it, man. If it makes him be any better at basketball, I'm here for it. But I think somewhere out there's going to be a market for Tobias Harris. So maybe
who?
I don't know.
The Kings are done. The Kings have made all their moves. Low key, I like the Kings roster.
Yeah, if they didn't trade Tyrese Halliburton.
No, like low key, I think they're not gonna do anything like championship wise, but I think they can make the playoffs, and that's all they care about. Like, look, we got De'Aaron Fox, we got Kevin Huerter, Harrison Barnes, Keegan Murray, Sabonis, Davion Mitchell, Malik Monk, Terrence Davis. They're not bad.
Yeah, it's a solid team. There's a lot of athleticism. It's pretty good. And they got shooting to put alongside De'Aaron. I mean, defensively, they're gonna get absolutely cooked on the guard position unless Davion can come in and just be like an elite level defender. I mean, he is. He's a great defender, but like the next three guards they have can't play defense. So we'll see. They're going to be a fun team to watch. And Metu's a solid player too. I think Metu's
underrated.
A pretty decent guy. Yeah, I mean, it's a solid team for sure.
I would put him ahead of Trey Lyles. I don't know what Trey Lyles is doing in front of him.
They just offer different.
And they got Alex Len. Come on, man. Alex Len. No, but let's go back to the Boston thing. My take on it is I feel like everyone's like, they need a point guard. They need a point guard. And originally I was like that, but like in the shower today, I was thinking about the trade. And I was like, I don't know. Do they need a point guard or do they need Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum to get better at handling? Because if you put Jason Tatum off ball, what is he going to do? He doesn't know how to play off ball, really. Jaylen Brown doesn't really know how to play off ball. That's why their offense just turns into ISO ball. So if you put another Malcolm Brogdon guy who really doesn't know how to play off ball, he kind of does, but he needs the ball in his hands. And Malcolm Brogdon and Marcus Smart, that fit is weird to me because they're not spot-up shooters. So if you have two of the, Marcus Smart is, but you know how streaky he is. But Malcolm Brogdon is not like a deadly spot-up shooter, in my opinion. So you got another guy who wants the ball in their hands. To me, I would rather get spot-up shooters, next to Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, who are going to be dogs defensively. A little more athletic than Grant Williams, a little more offense than Grant Williams, like a little more Derek White, but a little better than Derek White. Like I would try to find those guys. You know what I'm saying? And then because like what are they going to do? What is Jason Tatum just going to be like? Oh, I'm just going to stand and watch because that's their offense. It's just straight ISO.
But if you go back to Milwaukee, like Brogdon was most successful when he was off ball.
True.
And he shot his last year in Milwaukee, he shot 42% from three. And when they turned him into a point guard in Indiana, he shot down to 33, but the next year he shot 38.8. So like basically 40%. Right, so like if you really look at like Brogdon's a guy who can hit an open, like a catch and shoot 3-pointer. Like he's a pretty good shooter. Like an above average.
He shot 31% last year. He shot 38% the year before. He shot 32%. So he's probably like a 36% 3-point shooter. Not bad, but
I mean, if you take out last year where it was just kind of a fluky season and he had nothing to play for and it was just
true.
They didn't even really want him to play. Brogdon's a great fit in Boston. He just is another layer of playmaking that they've needed. Like, of course, they're going to need Tatum and Brown to be the guy in the fourth quarter and dribble better, but like, there's no harm in bringing in a guy who can help you the first 3 quarters doing something that you sorely lack. I mean, they lack playmaking. So,
But like you said, I don't see them, winning a championship until Jason Tatum, can finish at the rim and
just
like
make
more
smarter
consistently.
decisions.
Yeah, make
Tatum
smarter
just needs to be
decisions.
smarter.
And that goes for Jaylen Brown too. Because if
But the
he
thing about
dribbles,
Brown, like, I believe in Brown's it factor more than I do Tatum. Like, I was talking to a comic who is also a
I think
former.
you're sleeping on. I think you're overhyping Jaylen Brown. But
Yeah,
go
but
on.
okay. So here's gonna be my short monologue. I am buddies with a comic who was also a former Division 1 college basketball player at Minnesota. He was coming out of high school. He was a top 5 point guard prospect, and we talked about uh, what it is with Jason Tatum, and it's the it factor. Tatum just it's not something you can teach. And I don't think Jason Tatum has the it factor. He wants to be Kobe so bad he's going to change his number or whatever the hell he's thinking he wants to do. But like, deep down, 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, I just don't think he is going to be that guy. And I don't think that's something that comes to you in your career. I just don't think Tatum has the it factor. And I think Jaylen Brown at least has signs of it. Like, at least he's trying to go out there and shoot the basketball, whether it's going in or it's missing. I mean, if you look back at Kobe's career, Kobe was atrocious in the beginning of his career when it comes to the X factor, but like, Tatum doesn't even seem like he wants to shoot the shot because he's scared of missing it. And the guy had over 100 turnovers in the playoffs. He's the only player ever to do that. Like, there's something to that. And I just don't
Yeah,
think Tatum
but
is the guy.
Greg, here's my point. Why was he handling that much? Because no one else could handle. And
So
he doesn't know how to play off ball though. That's the
Brogdon
thing.
fixes it. So you can
Brogdon comes in, and what is Tatum going to do? He's going to stand and watch, and their offense is going to be standing and watching like it always has been, and that's the problem. They got to get better off ball, or Jaylen Brown's got to get better like as a pick and roll guy, so he can dribble more than 8 times without losing the ball.
Yeah,
but
but Jaylen Brown's
don't
gotten
know.
better every season in his career, and Tatum, for the most part, has too. Like,
Yeah,
what says that those two guys aren't going to come back next year and improve? Like, if
that's
any, this
true.
is a good move because it's a buy low move on a guy who fixes a sincere issue with this team, and it's catch and shoot 3-point shooting, and it's the ability to play make, but also not need the ball in his hands to be successful. Like, and he's a good defender. Like, Brogdon's a really good player. He's a B level player, and those players are very important for championship winning teams.
I'll take him on the Sixers.
Yeah, of course, I would take him on the Sixers any day of the week, especially at the price that they paid. What did they trade? They traded a first, Daniel Tice, and Robert Neesmith.
Yeah, the Pacers just won in cap space, so they
Exactly.
pretty
So
much traded nothing.
Right. Exactly.
But shout out to Philly Talk Podcast. Eagles season coming soon, so go check them out. Eagles stuff, Philly stuff, great YouTube channel. Melton House and Tucker, we are
And an
deeper at
even
least.
better guy.
An
Great
even better
YouTube
guy.
channel and an even better guy.
Even better guy. It's all about the guy, you know?
It's all about the guy. He has the guy factor.
He's got the
know?
it factor that Greg was talking about.
And some of us, like me and Romp, just don't have it. That's why we have to do streams together, because we just don't have the factor that the Philly Talk podcast has.
Can you smell what Romp is cooking? You don't want to smell that.
Yeah, you don't.
But
Romp's cooking some weird Cam Reddish trade.
No. Dude, I like our depth. I really do. I think.
What about a Jay Crowder move? Or is it too similar to DJ?
Dude, I watched a lot of Suns basketball this year. And let me tell you, Jay Crowder either shoots 55% or he shoots 10%. He will either win you a play. He will either win you. Oh, he'll either win you a playoff series or he's gonna lose you a playoff series.
But that's less on him. That's more on the team. If we're throwing Crowder 30 minutes in a playoff series, we deserve to lose. But if we throw Crowder 20 minutes, I think he's going to be consistent enough where he's like a valuable guy.
He shot 13% against the Pelicans in the first round, and then he shot 49% from three in the second round. But in game 7, he shot 1 of 6. In game 5, he shot 1 of 5. In game 4, he shot 2 of 7. So he's just the definition of streaky. And the thing about him, he's a really good passer. I wouldn't mind him. I mean, if the price is right, Matisse Thybulle, Furkan, I don't know why the Suns would do that. But if they
Uh,
did,
I mean,
well,
you could imagine Phoenix doing that. I think like there's a market for Matisse, and like Matisse would just bring a layer of defense where Phoenix kind of doesn't have on the perimeter, especially the more Chris Paul continues to decline, especially if they're going to go out and try and get, what do you call it, Kevin Durant. They're going to probably need to want to do some cap space. I also really want to talk about KD for a little bit, but that's
yeah, but
we'll go on.
here's my thing. Like, I don't think they would do it because Jay Crowder was a 30-minute guy for them in the playoffs, and Furk
That's why they lost.
and Matisse Thybulle, they're not playoff players as of now. So, why would you do that? That's just
You're not
taking a step
considering the
back.
Kevin Durant aspect of it.
Okay, but here's my thing with Kevin Durant. I like it. I would do it, but I just have a feeling it would end bad.
Where in Phoenix?
In Phoenix, but also in Philadelphia.
Well, yeah.
The reason I say that is because I just see Doc Rivers, James Harden, and Kevin Durant. That just smells like loser energy to me. Plus, I feel like we would probably be in the same situation where we're lacking depth because we give up Tobias, Matisse, Tyrese Maxey, probably even Paul Reed, to be honest, to get him since we have no picks. So we would have to give up a lot of shit.
But that's
Not saying I wouldn't do it. I would do it because KD and Embiid, it's worth the risk in my eyes. And I think if Embiid's pushing for it, by all means, go for it. But I think we would just be top heavy once again. And then Doc Rivers would probably fuck us over. James Harden. I mean, and then you count in the pressure that would be on the Sixers. You realize if we get KD, we would be the number one, betting odds probably, or up there. And everyone in Philly would expect a championship run. So if we lose one game, oh my God, the sky's falling. We get blown out one game, the sky's falling.
It's not like it's
The
not like that
pressure.
as is. Like
And the
you can't be
players would
afraid.
feel that pressure, bro.
You can't be afraid of that.
I'm
If
not
you're
afraid of it. I'm just saying I'm afraid
I'm
of
saying
this.
even from the players' standpoint, if you're afraid of that, you're screwed. Like regardless if we bring in KD or not. Like if you're afraid to be the best team in the league and everyone at you like that, you're screwed.
I'm afraid of Philadelphia with being front runners. Okay, it never works out. Never.
Yeah, well, nothing works out in Philadelphia. That's front runner or not front runner.
That's true.
I agree, and I don't think I would be afraid of like making the trade just because of what we would give up. Like at the end of the day, dude, what you mentioned is nothing. It's nothing. Like trading. Like I love Paul Reed, but trading Paul Reed, Matisse Thybulle, Jaden Springer, that's nothing. That's literally trading
Maxey.
nothing. Of course, that's why I didn't mention him yet. But then Maxey, like, yeah, Maxey's a great player, but is he ever going to be as good as Kevin Durant is at this moment? Probably not. I would be flabbergasted if he ever turned out to be a similar player comp or just as good as at his possession. I just don't. Like, you have to make that move. If that move is there, you have to make it, regardless of what comes afterwards, regardless of depth, regardless of whatever. Like, we just got all this depth just to trade the other half of it away. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, if Kevin Durant comes to Philadelphia, you're immediately a better team than you have been arguably ever.
But we were texting DJ yesterday, and he said the title would feel cheap. Do you agree with that?
I'll take a cheap title any day of the week.
What if KD
agree.
wins Finals MVP and not Embiid?
I would, I would softly riot at the parade. I would be extremely excited, but I would softly riot. I would vandalize one small thing. Nothing too big, but like something small. I'll spray paint like snake on the side of a trash can. That's
While
about it.
everyone's celebrating, you're just
Yeah.
spray painting dumpsters.
Yeah. Just not dumpsters, just one dumpster. Just to get it out, because I think I would have to get it out. Like the thing about if KD came to Philly is like that's my least favorite athlete of all time. And I don't like Harden. I never liked Harden. I don't really enjoy him. And to have Harden and KD on my team and have to root for both of them, it would be strange for my mental health.
Yeah.
It would be. But also, like,
Uh,
if like, let's just sit down for a second and think about this. What is the best that the Nets can do? Because it's impossible for them to trade for Bam Adebayo or Devin Booker. Like, so
yeah,
what
that's
is
hilarious.
so what's the best possible thing that they could get?
Well, it depends how much they. Well, the thing is, they got to win. They got to win because they don't own their picks. The Rockets own all their picks.
Yeah, but that's
So
why
they got to
they're
get better. They can't just be like, yo, let's tank for Victor Wabanabe. They got to get like good players in return. Tobias, Matisse.
but
I mean, they
But
would
that's
basically
the
be the
thing, man.
Sixers.
Like, it's not even just solid players in return. Like, they need picks. They need to get picks back because
Oh
if
yeah,
they don't,
they're gonna get every pick they want from any team. I mean, DeJounte Murray just got 3 first-round picks, so KD is gonna get the max picks, whatever that is. You can put in a trade.
but it's just like, what's the best player available that they can possibly get? Tyler Hero? Are they going to go out
Um,
and get Hero and Kyle Lowry?
I guess Aiden,
No, I mean, I guess, yeah.
but do you value? It depends what Sean Marks, values. Do you think Aiden is going to be a top 5 center, or do
No,
you think Tyrese Maxey is going to be a top 15 player?
there's a better
But
chance
like the
for
thing is,
Maxey.
we're in Philadelphia, you know. I don't think Maxey is as valued in the outside world as he is in Philadelphia. I
I
just don't
disagree.
think that.
I think he's a higher value for a plethora of reasons. I think he's higher value than Tyler Hero.
I agree with that. I
And Tyler
mean,
Hero is the number one thing that Miami could offer.
well, that Heat package is disturbing.
Oh, so you knock off Miami. There's then by this explanation, there's no way Miami can get him.
Yeah, yeah. Miami's off the list unless it's like a 3-team trade. But I think the
So
Suns. I
who
think
else?
the Sun. I think the Suns. I
So
think
who else
it's
though? If it's not Phoenix, where is it?
probably Philly.
That's the crazy part. Like we're so annoyed that the Sixers seem to be standing put right now, but we're completely overlooking the clear reason as to why they're doing so.
I'm not. I'm not mad. I'm happy with our moves. Because getting that depth makes that DeAnthony Melton move even better.
Of course. But this is what we said. We said in our pre-free agency podcast, I said the motto of this offseason is win the margins. It's exactly what we've done. The Sixers are a better team than they were last year. But now Kevin Durant all of a sudden was like, hey, I want an easier championship than in Brooklyn. Where can I go? Okay, so let's see. The list is Phoenix, Miami, maybe Memphis could probably offer the best package in reality, and then Philadelphia.
Also, I don't think there's a lot of teams like going for Kevin Durant right now because dude, you have to give up just everything. I
I mean,
mean,
but it's the greatest player
like,
to ever be on the trade block in the
yeah,
history of
but
sports.
it's like here's the thing: like if
And
you're
Woj said
given,
that there was over 15 teams that already
yeah, yeah,
called
yeah.
Brooklyn.
I'm talking about like right now. I think obviously you're gonna hit them up and be like, yo, what's the asking price? But I think like right now, because you got to think realistically, there's a lot of teams that could give up everything, but then when they get KD, they're going to be left with nothing because they had to give up everything to get him. There's only a certain amount of teams like Phoenix, Miami,
Toronto.
Boston. I don't know why Boston wouldn't go hard for him, but the Raptors, I think. I mean, Raptors. Nah, never mind. Not the Raptors. But
Why not?
I think like, I mean,
Toronto
they
has
have all the assets.
Toronto has all of the assets.
And they went for Kawhi when everyone was
Exactly.
like, and
What
that's the
makes
thing.
you think
KD's
that?
on a 4-year deal, so he has no say where he goes.
But again, like that's not completely true either. Like
You
you're
don't
not.
think you don't think he
KD
has
has
no
a
say?
lot more leverage than we probably realize. Like the Kings are not going to get KD because KD is going to be absolutely pissed in a season, and they're gonna have to trade him again. Like, he has more say than other dudes that have been around. Like, it's Kevin Durant, dude. Like, if Kevin Durant's not happy somewhere, they're gonna trade him.
Shout out to Rue, my guy. Thank you. Marks doesn't give a fluff about winning, to be honest. I mean, he better. He doesn't own his picks, bro. The real winner of the offseason is the Rockets,
Rockets, hundred
because they
percent.
got all the Brooklyn's picks.
Yeah, 100%.
Also,
They're
dude,
throwing
this
parties right now for James Harden.
can we talk about how much of a pussy move this is by Kevin Durant?
Of course,
Like,
we don't even have to
oh my
say it.
God, you're gonna orchestrate the team. You're gonna fire Kenny Atkinson because you don't need a coach. You know, probably more Kyrie Irving said that, but KD's got to be involved because that's his boy, and supposedly he still wants to play with him. I don't believe that, but that's what's out there. But like, come on, man, you orchestrated this whole team, and you're gonna get swept, and you're gonna ask out to a 64 win team in the West. That's your preferred destination? Are you kidding me? You left the Golden State Warriors to own your own team, and now you're going to leave the Brooklyn Nets, who did everything. They signed DeAndre Jordan for you guys. Remember that? They did everything to, try to make KD happy. The only thing I would be mad at Sean Marks about is fucking up the James Harden trade. Why would you trade for Ben Simmons? But that's also Kyrie Irving's fault for getting Harden pissed off. So it's like, dude, just you signed a 4-year deal. Put your big boy balls on and go play for the Nets. You still got your boy Ben Simmons. Like, come on, man. Like, this is such a baby move.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
What?
Rudy Gobert is traded to the Minnesota Timberwolves.
For Cat?
It doesn't say yet, but that's like 20 minutes after I specifically say Utah is getting rid of at least one of them. I don't know about you, Romp, but we are on fucking fire this offseason.
But here's the thing. Like, it's just such a baby move. Like, the NBA is in such a good place, in my opinion, in terms of like polarity or whatever that word is, where it's even competition. And now KD's trying to go to a 64 win team, even though I think Phoenix would be messed up if they traded for him, because they would be giving up the world for him and they wouldn't have any defense. So they would just basically be Brooklyn all over again, plus aging Chris Paul. So it's like such a pussy move in my eyes. Pisses me off the more I think about it.
Two things real quick. One, Karl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert are about to start on the same team.
So it wasn't for Rudy? I mean, it wasn't for Karl Anthony Towns?
No, they just...
Woj just like, I got to get it out before Shams, but I'm not going to tweet this.
They just re-signed Cat to like a mega deal. I can't believe they're going to put Gobert and Cat together. That's going to be wild.
I mean, Cat doesn't want to play in the post, so.
What do you think they're going to... What do you think the move... Like, D'Angelo Russell's probably in this somewhere.
I don't know. It's just so weird.
And second of all, about KD, I had so much I wanted to say that I just lost from this move. But yeah, I mean, he's a bitch. Kevin Durant is everything I dislike about athletes. But at the same time, Sean Marks was a terrible general manager from the beginning. Like, his trade for Harden was horrible. He massively overpaid.
What do you mean?
He traded 6 first-round picks for James Harden.
That's KD's boy, man.
We can't just pick and choose what we want to blame and what we want to say. But I don't know, man. It's just Sean Marks has done a bad job. Sean Marks has done a very bad job. And the fact that this organization was so high to so low so quick it's amazing.
Still no trade details. Yeah,
I'm
I mean, okay, here we go. Timberwolves are sending Malik Beasley, Patrick Beverly. What? Come on. How are you trading Patrick Beverly when you change your culture?
Holy shit, they're keeping
Walker Kessler, Jared Vanderbilt. Oh my God. They just lost so much perimeter defense. Jared Vanderbilt and Patrick Beverly were huge for their defense. They're keeping Cat. They're keeping D'Lo. Yeah, I don't know why the Jazz would want D'Lo. So that
I
can
just thought strictly for salary filler. I love Malik Beasley, but I mean,
multiple
good lord.
first round picks. Oh, that's a terrible trade for the T Wolves in my eyes.
I mean, I don't know. So I mean, basically, their team's looking like D'Lo, Anthony Edwards, D'Lo, who had is probably his best defensive season in his career last year. Then you're going small forward, whoever the hell you want to roll out there. Then Cat, then Gobert. I mean, it's pretty solid. It's just
Shout
a
out to
huge
Rue.
contract, man. I can't believe that's a contract another team would seem to be desirable.
Yeah, shout out to Rue. Admits all the free agency drama. My man Luca is traveling the world and still playing ball. So inspirational, man.
Jamar makes a good point. Says Beverly's probably going to be bought out. That's a pretty solid.
Ooh.
I mean, if you just look at Embiid's desires this offseason, it's to go out and get athleticism and toughness. And wouldn't you say that's exactly what we've done so far up to this point? So I mean, Beverly matches that, I guess. He doesn't shoot well enough, and it's just, I don't know.
I don't like this trade for Minnesota at all.
I don't like the trade for either team. I mean, actually, I
So
don't hate it for
yeah,
Utah because they're going to get off of a probably I would say now probably the worst contract in the NBA. And I know that's crazy, but I
well,
really
besides
believe that.
Tobias,
No, I really believe Gobert is the worst contract in the league. He just it just doesn't. It's not talked about enough how bad it is. Truly.
Shumble Crumb says everything Romp is saying is why I'd have mixed feelings trading Maxi for KD. He's got thinner skin than his body. Him and Philly don't mix. Maxi belongs here. Greg Melly, how do
I
you
mean,
feel
I
about
agree.
that?
I'm not saying let's trade for Kevin Durant, but I'm saying if the Sixers got Kevin Durant, I wouldn't be upset.
Yeah, I mean, I would buy in. Don't you worry. I would buy in.
Exactly. Of course you're gonna buy in. That's the whole fucking point, man. Like I'm not like we need to go out and get KD because I love
Yeah,
Maxi. I would love to see Maxi be a lifelong Sixer. But again, we have no idea what comes from Tyrese Maxey staying here forever. We do know at least the window we have right now to win is 3 years. So the PJ Tucker contract is our window, and Kevin Durant helps us capitalize on that window better than anyone else in the league. So I mean, just
that's the thing. He's under contract, so
exactly. Like it's
we
so
don't
hard
need to
not
win
to.
next year, because we might not have depth next year, but he's under contract.
Wait,
Get off
real
the
quick,
Tobias
too.
Harris.
Real quick, another sidebar that I just thought of here.
What's up?
Patrick Beverly was once a Rocket.
Yeah, we got to get Pat Bev over here,
I think
but
Pat Bev's a Sixer, dude.
I
I think he's
mean,
a Sixer.
if
And we had this whole let's get Pat Bev to Philly in the playoffs because he was just like fighting dudes. Now all of a sudden it's available, possibly.
my thing is he's too small. I'm a height shamer, and his offense is pretty much pure trash, to be honest. So we already have PJ Tucker. If we trade Maxi, I would be for getting Pat Beverly, but I mean, it's just.
What do you feel about?
And then Doc would play him like 50 minutes a game.
Yeah. What do you feel about Karl Anthony Towns guarding the opposition's four?
Dude, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't get what the T Wolves are thinking. They gave
Donovan
up
Mitchell to
Jared.
Philly?
Oh no, I don't. Heck
3-team
no.
deal including
No,
Donovan
thank
Mitchell
you.
and Kevin Durant. Dude, there's something is gonna go down. Like something huge is gonna go down.
I don't want shot chucker Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, but he's a premier defender. I can't even say it with a straight face because I'm afraid
Yeah,
people are gonna be like, you know what? Greg's
he ain't
being
no defender, bro.
no, he's the worst.
So will KD? When do you think it's gonna happen? Like the KD trade?
Man, I don't know. You never know anymore. I would say by Monday, maybe.
Do you think there's a possibility where Sean Marks is like, dude, You're under contract. I ain't trading you. He goes the Daryl Morey route.
No,
Why?
because
He should do that.
no star would ever want to play in Brooklyn.
But he orchestrated the whole team,
I'm not
Greg.
disagreeing with you, dude, but that's not how this shit works.
Yeah, and we're going to go into a lockout so soon. 2 years. We'll be locked out for 5 years because these players are going to be like, I can't be giving up my power. That's what they're going to be saying. But it's getting ridiculous at this point. You sign a 4-year contract and you get swept and you're asking out. Like, come on, man. Like, imagine, like, Embiid last year was put in a horrible situation. Horrible. Only like Steph Curry, who else is loyal? Dame would not have, been pissed off. Embiid could have easily been like, what are we doing here? Ben wants out. You guys, surrounded me with trash. We got the Tobias Harris contract. He could have asked out, but instead he put his head down and he was like, I'm taking this team to the playoffs and I'm going to make our team look attractive so we could, attract James Harden. AD, KD, they're not doing that because they're babies. So this makes me respect Joel Embiid way more. And that's this fucking circumstance is exactly why Joel Embiid should have won MVP. Because not many superstars would have done shit last year because that was a throwaway season that people don't want to admit. Going into it, that should have been a trash season. We should have been, having a terrible time all year. But we witnessed one of the greatest seasons of all time from a center because Embiid put his head down and was like, I'm getting better. I'm taking this team to the promised land. But all these superstars are built like soft tissues right now where they would be like, oh, a little adversity, request a trade. Request a trade. Like, come on now.
Minnesota traded 4 first-round picks.
Oh, my God. Bruce said Marks paid Patty Mills more than Bruce Brown. Makes no sense for them. Shout out to the Nuggets for getting Bruce Brown. That's a good deal for the Nuggets. I like what the Nuggets are building, actually. I'm not going to lie. How do you feel about that, Greg Melly? Besides the DeAndre Jordan.
Dude, they're the same team as they were last year.
What do you mean? Brown. They got Bruce Brown, and who else did they get that I like? Who they trade Will Barton? Oh, KCP.
Yeah.
Underrated.
Sweet, underrated. I love KCP. KCP is going to be a good – I mean, they came in this offseason with the idea and the mentality that they need to get two-way defenders. And they got KCP and they got Bruce Brown. Both are good defenders. But I just mean like, okay. Are any of these moves going to make them a top 3 team in the Western Conference? No.
Not better than the Clippers.
They're not better than the Clippers. They're not better than Phoenix. They're not better than.
I think Phoenix is.
Unless
they get KD,
done it. Like Phoenix has still done it. Like yeah, they're probably going to take a step back, but they're still there. Chris Paul has not shown a massive decline, and maybe this year is the year. But like Phoenix is still a good team. They just did it. They're not better than the Warriors. If Los Angeles somehow pulls Kyrie Irving, you have to have the Lakers up there again. You have to.
Don't sleep on Darvin Ham either.
Yeah, you have to have the Lakers. And it's just like Denver's like, it's so dependent on health. And even if they are healthy, I really don't know if I trust them as a team.
King Kane said Pat Bever's injury prone, stay away.
He's going to be playing 15 minutes a night, guy. It's not like we're going to throw him out as a starter.
What'd you think of my monologue?
I was here for it.
Like, does that make you appreciate Embiid more?
Of course. Dude, Joel Embiid is the most appreciated athlete in my lifetime for me. He's never, ever seemed... We've never been afraid of him leaving. He gives us chance after chance. But at the same time,
after failure.
Right. And at the same time, like, it's this year, he's, like, really starting to understand his dominance as a individual in the industry, knowing that he can make a change. And, different than Lillard and different than other guys, like the change that he wants, especially LeBron, the difference that Embiid wants is an understandable difference. Like this guy wants toughness. He wants grittiness. He wants just dogs. Like that's what we want. He is a Philadelphian. You know, he knows exactly what we need. So, I mean, it's awesome.
Here's the thing, Greg. Let me just pull this up on the screen. This is crazy
That's
to
a
me.
huge trade. I really can't believe Minnesota did that. That's so wild to me.
5 firsts for Gobert. Now imagine what the Nets will get for Durant.
I just can't believe they willingly took on that contract and traded 5 first-round picks for it.
Bro, Durant's going to get 8 first round picks and pick swaps
And a part of
and
the franchise.
players and your whole rotation. Bro, I think I'm out on Durant, bro. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, me too, man. Probably. But I'm again,
Because,
I've been out on him, but again, if he comes to Philadelphia,
yeah, it's
okay.
just like you can't, like, I'll say it again. I've said this before. Like, I would do it, but I'm not saying I want to do it. And I think you're right there with me.
Of course. I literally cannot believe they just traded 4 first-round picks for him. I mean, holy shit.
Yeah, this is insane to me.
I don't know why anyone would do that. I don't get it. I don't understand the Rudy Gobert lore. Talk about a guy who is simply unplayable in the playoffs.
Go off on Rudy Gobert for a second.
He's so overrated. It's disgusting. His contract, the moment he signed it, I put up a video on YouTube and it got like 250 dislikes from Utah fans because I was like, none of it matters. It doesn't matter. Rudy Gobert is the most unplayable dude in the playoffs as possible because defensively, he can't guard a 5-out attack. Terrence Mann, of all people, dropped 30 on his head like twice from the corner 3. The Clippers dominated him. They were way too fast for him. Gobert, as good as he is interiorly, defensively, he is not fast enough to guard the perimeter at any point of his career. And it's not like it's just going to all of a sudden get better. He's going to get cooked as he always does. But again, like him as an offensive player is as bad as it possibly can get. Like, what is the difference between Rudy Gobert offensively and Andre Drummond offensively? There's literally nothing. There's no difference.
I think Drummond's better. I think.
Yeah, Drummond might literally be a better finisher around the rim, and he shot like 50% around the rim. Like, that's the one thing Drummond sucked at. It seemed like every offensive rebound Drummond got, he would just chuck it up off the bottom of the rim, and then it would be a defensive rebound and push out for the other team. Rudy Gobert is incapable of bringing anything on the offensive end. He's a great pick and roller. He's a great at putting down a hard pick, but the moment he has the ball in his hands, they literally cannot score. The reason Donovan Mitchell refused to pass it to him at any point in the playoffs is because he's the most unreliable dude ever. All he can do is catch a lob. And D'Angelo is not bad. D'Angelo is a solid lob tosser, so maybe that's going to be a little bit better for him than Mike Conley. But again, D'Lo is a shot chucker. Like, I just don't see Gobert. What the hell are they going to do? And Cat is just not allowed to play in the paint because you have a literal center there. Like, this is such a huge gamble. Like, this gamble is so huge, Rom. You're not only trading 4 first-round picks and like 4 young guys who are rotational dudes as is for a guy who is a one-dimensional $200+ million player, but you're also saying, let's move Karl Anthony Towns from the 5 in which he's played every single game of his entire career at, including college, high school, and 3rd grade AAU basketball, and let's move him to the power forward position. What the hell are they doing? What is that? What is that? That is such a massive overpay. It's such a massive gamble on something that they have no idea is going to work. And it's not like bringing in a point guard and being like, all right, maybe like we'll have D'Lo off the bench and see how that works. We're literally moving our franchise cornerstone, who's making $200+ million now, to an entirely different position that he has never played before.
He basically plays 4 though.
But he doesn't, though. He plays 4 if the 5 is a guy who can shoot threes. Like, we're literally putting him at the 4. They're turning him into a Tobias Harris with a guy who is going to dominate the paint at all times at the 5. Like, this is so bad. This is so bad.
Shout out to JV the Prophet. I can see Mitchell getting traded to Miami possibly, since Windhorst kind of hinted that Utah might go full rebuild when they traded Royce O'Neal. Yeah, Miami definitely is going to do something, like whether it's Mitchell, Kyrie, or Pat Riley's not going to sit on his without getting a star, because Boston just got better. Philly got better. So Miami's below Boston and Philly at this point. in terms of the moves, and Milwaukee, obviously, who got Joe Ingles. Shout out to Joe Ingles. Slow,
Derek
but
Bodner just
pretty.
put up a good tweet. He said there are not enough draft picks in the world for Kevin Durant based on today's inflation rate. It's a great point.
Here's a tweet. Yeah, dude. That's gonna be the wildest. Like, just looking at what they get for Kevin Durant.
I can't even fathom it. Brooklyn's got to be watching this and being like, "Holy shit! Maybe we can just change another team's name to the Brooklyn Nets too." That's
It's
how much
got
they can get in return.
it's got to be like a 3-team trade, right? Because there's no way.
I mean,
Like,
Utah's just going to waive guys. They're going to keep Kessler because he's like 13 years old.
no, I'm talking about the KD trade. Like,
Oh yeah, it has to be. It has to. It literally has to be. I wouldn't be surprised maybe if Kyrie's moved on the same deal.
no shot, dude. That's like 70 mil in salary. The only team that
But if
could
it's a
match
3-4
that.
team, but if it's a 3-4 team trade,
Oh
like
yeah,
yeah,
true.
you know what I mean. I wouldn't be surprised if it's an absolute blow up, and that would be smart on Brooklyn's end. You're going to receive like 13 first round picks.
Yeah, so Brooklyn's gonna have a bright future. You think they should just tank anyway, even though they don't own their picks?
No,
Yeah, I
tank,
wouldn't.
no. But
Just
they should
be
retool.
mediocre.
Yeah, they should retool. They should at least fight for a play-in. I mean, they have no reason not to. But again, like, who the hell knows, dude? Hey, Raul Neto is still in the NBA. Just signed to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
I would say the Jazz entered the KD sweepstakes more
Yeah, I don't
than
know what the
the T
world.
Wolves.
Minnesota just traded their entire generation's
Yeah,
first round picks for a new dude who's also making over $200 million. I can't believe it that salary that they even somehow have the money to make that work.
dude, Danny Ainge just oh my God. Trade raped the Minnesota Timberwolves. That is insane. Oh, let's go! Woo!
I just said that.
Woo! I was a big Neto fan. I'm kidding. But I remember everyone's like, we gotta play Trey Burke. We gotta play Trey Burke. And I was like, they both fucking reek, bro. Chill. Seth Rowe says, yo, Romp, tell me we ain't called a D House pickup. Yeah, that was obvious. I just thought it would be on the minimum.
Yeah, it's
The
exactly
dude barely played last year, and we're paying him $4.5 million. But who knows, man? He might have a. We don't know what goes on behind.
I see
closed
House
doors.
as more like when it comes to value. I probably have House around $2.5 to $3 million a season. So maybe it's a little less than 2 million over, but again, it's not bad.
Crater Map says Daniel House was a horrible signing.
He's not important enough for it to be a horrible signing. We need to understand that. It's not like in order for something to be horrible, it needs to be detrimental to the team. And if Daniel House is the detrimental reason is the Sixers losing, something else is wrong.
Phil says trading Cat, bringing in KD 3-team deal. Maybe.
No.
I mean, Cat would be the best player they could get.
Yeah, but he's not. They just signed him yesterday.
Oh, is he not tradable?
I don't know if he's not tradable, but he's not getting traded.
Pat Bev shot damn near 40% from 3. Yeah, but
how many fights did he get in?
That's the thing about percentages.
When I talk Pat Bev.
That's the thing about percentages, man. He just doesn't seem like a 40% 3-point shooter to me.
I don't give a shit if the ball's going in. Whatever. Today might be a big day, man.
Let me guess. He shot like 2 threes a game. Okay, 4 threes. No, he shot 34% last year.
He rounded up.
Rounded up. He fucking multiplied up. That's crazy.
See what you did there, man.
He shot 40% with the Clippers on 3.8 attempts.
So what are the Sixers missing right now?
Wings. Skill wings.
Like what?
We got versatile defending wings. We're missing you know who, Cam Reddish. That's the archetype we're missing. Because we got the Daniel House, the defender, versatile wings. I think Trev Queen can play some minutes, but we need some skill at the wing position. Bro, go out and get Cam Reddish. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Mav said multiply it up. LOL romp, you can't multiply down, right? That's funny.
Hey, bro.
Math with romp.
I ain't here to teach. I'm here to preach. Oh,
Oh,
shit.
shit. Romp, write that down. Write that down. Write that down.
Freestyle?
Romp, write that down.
You know what my rap name would be? Did I ever tell you?
No.
It would be Lukewarm.
That sounds
It's
like
my
a
name.
porn name.
My first name's Luke.
Is it? Is it bad that Romp, I've probably known you for almost a year now, and I just found out today what your first name is?
Not many people know.
You look like a Luke, though.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know. You just look like my cousin whose name is Luke.
They call me Cool Hand Luke on the court.
No, they don't.
They
call
one
you
dude
Towel
did.
Guy. They call you Towel Guy Luke.
Look at this dude tweeting during his stream. Savage.
I'm going to see how many tweets I can have that says overpaying it, because right now I got 2.
Jazz might target Aiden now. I doubt it. They're going to rebuild.
Let's think about it for a second. They have the bro. We got to stop with this Cam Reddish shit.
What do you mean? That's exactly what we need.
But we say it every stream.
You gotta say it into existence.
You know what, dude? You're right.
Because what do you think we need?
Tobias Harris gone. That's it.
I agree.
Like, not even like to troll here, but like literally just to trade Tobias Harris. That is the only thing I care about. It is the only thing on my mind anymore.
Would you do a Gordon Hayward Tobias swap?
Yeah.
I would too. And people
Dude,
hate that.
I bet you could name 15 trades, including Tobias Harris, and I would say at least 12 of them, 13 of them, I would say yeah. You know what? I might say yeah to all of them.
You want him gone that bad?
That bad. That bad. Our team will be that much better the moment he is out the door.
Dude, don't you get like the Tobias fanboys coming at you? Because I get the Tobias fanboys coming at me.
A little bit, but they're
like,
dumb. They're not
He's
even
not that bad. He's not that bad.
It's
I'm
not
like,
even
it's not
fan base
about
to be a
that
part
he's
of.
bad.
You know how dude, who gives a shit? Trade the guy. Just send him anywhere. There's got to be somewhere.
They act like we're gonna miss him.
My thing is, they're like, he's a great defender. I'm like, yeah, let's use a 6-game sample size, not the 8 years he's had in his career. The 8 previous years of him being absolutely horrible on defense.
Yeah, and then
let's
they're
use
like,
that 6-game sample size.
He had a great playoff run. Okay, let's forget about him underperforming against Toronto during the Kawhi shot. Let's forget about him getting outshooted by Romeo Langford. Romeo Langford had more threes than Tobias Harris, like going into game 3 or something when we played Boston in the bubble. Let's not forget that he got outplayed by Danilo Gallinari and Kevin Huerter and pretty much everyone on the Hawks. Let's not forget that. Oh, yeah, but let's just bring up that he played very well in the playoffs this year, when in reality he had a very good Toronto series, but reverted back into Tobias Harris himself against the Miami Heat.
Bingo.
And
There's
then,
only one game
not
in
only,
the Heat series where I was like, nice. This is what we need.
Not only that, but his side is reporting shit all throughout the offseason that he needs more on-ball touches, blah, 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 blah. He needs to be a pick-and-roll player. Maybe that's, Daryl Morey putting that out there to up his trade value, but I'm not willing to give him the benefit of the doubt because I see how Tobias Harris plays, and he believes he's better than what he is because I saw him on Twitter yesterday. There's a tweet, Tobias Harris gets a lot of hate, but look at his points per game, blah, blah, blah. And Tobias Harris liked it. And then remember during the season, he was like, shut the fuck up at Philly fans because we were booing him.
Of course.
He was like, shut the fuck up. It's like, this dude thinks he's better than he is. And I truly believe he thinks he's worth that money. And he should believe that because confidence is key to be an NBA player. But
no,
I'm sick of him. Get him out of here. That's my rant on Tobias Harris.
Mab, I understand your point here, but I'm also going to say he's, regardless of how much money he makes, he's not a good fit in Philadelphia. And I would be begging to trade him regardless. I'm trying to trade Matisse Thybulle. The dude's making like $2 million more than I am this year, which is insane to think of. Like an NBA player is making $2 million more than I am. And I know he's probably making $2 million this season, but still.
Yo, let's just
No.
forget about that contract. You can't forget about it, Mav. How are we going to forget about it?
I just
That's
like,
what
dude,
it
he's
is.
just not a good player. Like, can we just stop? He's just not good at basketball. He's just not going to work in Philadelphia, regardless of how much he's making. He could be making $15,000 a season, and I'd be like, get this freaking guy off of the. Well, maybe not that, because that's a really good value for that amount of money. But you get my. I'm trading Tobias Harris to whatever team offers any bag of chips, any flavor. I'll take mesquite barbecue. I'll take salt and vinegar. I'll take kettle cooked. I'll take dill pickle, and I don't even like dill pickle chips, and I'm still taking them.
You know, someone commented on my video, he's our best all-around player.
Jesus Christ, that man should be burnt at a stake.
Like, what is with Philly fans and mediocrity?
We should tie an anvil to his ankle, throw him in the ocean, and see if he's a witch.
Like, you know how I'm a Furkan Korkmaz stan? That's
One of
better than
you.
being a Tobias Harris stan.
Somehow you're right, and that hurts me to even think of.
Because it's a meme. But if you're a Tobias Harris stan, it just shows you're probably like a boring individual. Because his game is literally...
The Jazz are planning to retool around Donovan Mitchell.
So they're not trading that dude?
According to Woj, it doesn't seem so.
I mean, I like what they got in return, low key.
Of course, dude. They traded a dog shit NBA player for.
I love Jared Vanderbilt. Minnesota's starting five: D'Lo, Anthony Edwards, Kyle Anderson, Karl Anthony Towns, and Rudy Gobert. It's going to be interesting. Dude, I feel bad for Anthony Edwards, man. He's such a good scorer.
He's still going to be getting the ball a million times a game.
John Collins for Tobias and Thybulle. See, here's the thing.
They would
Any trade you do with Tobias, you ask yourself, why would the other team do that? And the only realistic trade I see is Gordon Hayward, a bad contract, injury-prone player, for a bad contract to Tobias Harris. That's the only realistic thing I see out there as of now, because the Kings are not going to trade Harrison Barnes now because they actually have a pretty good squad, you know, for their standards.
Hey, maybe Toby makes it better.
He's not better than Harrison Barnes, even though people think that.
So is he here by the end of the free agency period?
Yes. Sadly. Someone said you look like this dude.
That dude's mustache is tough, bro.
That does look like you.
That dude's jacked. I'll take that guy.
Yeah, he is jacked. You looked him up?
No, I'm just. You can tell by his shoulders. Dude's got it going on.
I didn't want to show you that him jack because it would boost your ego.
No, I'm no longer in good shape. I haven't been in the gym.
Being a Furkan stan is not better than being a Tobias Harris stan. It is. Because, like...
Speak your shit, Mav.
Because here's the thing. If you're a Tobias Harris stan, that means, like... Tobias Harris, like, is like getting sandpaper for Christmas. It's just, like...
You could have easily
boring
gone
basketball.
You could have literally said Cole, the easiest analogy, and you chose sand.
I would rather get Cole than sandpaper. And if I have to watch a sandpaper play basketball, which Tobias Harris is because he's the most boring player I've ever seen, the most softest player, can't rebound really for his size. He's just so annoying. And he's like an average player. Not saying he's a bad player, but his time is numbered, man.
Yo, the Prophet spits facts in his last thing.
What does that even mean? Is that the guy's name I showed?
Yes, you idiot. You literally just Googled the dude 15
No, I
seconds
had
ago.
it. I had it up a while. I just forgot about it.
I would love Thomas Bryant for all 9 games he plays before tearing another ACL.
Jesus Christ. Cork is either
Wait,
the
wait,
worst
wait, 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 wait,
player
wait,
ever.
wait, wait, wait.
Whoa.
What take? Wait, what take are you out on?
Clicked on this
Before
after
you
this.
leave,
I'm out.
we need to know what take you decide
It
to
was probably
never.
the Furcon Tobias thing.
Yeah, because you're an idiot. Don't listen to freaking
I'm
Romp over
just
here.
saying, man.
Luke's
At
clueless.
least at least Furcon's like funny, you know?
No,
Skinny,
no,
scrawny white boy.
no. I
Can
want him
barely
gone.
he's a meme. He thinks he's LeBron James.
Burke's gonna get traded.
He's hilarious. Korkmaz can't do shit, bro. Nothing at all. Dude, I feel like Korkmaz had more 25-point games than Tobias all year long.
No, Korkmaz is the worst player in the NBA.
I'm not gonna lie, man.
I'll
Yeah,
take
but
Serge too. Whatever. I don't
who's
care.
who's more clutch, Korkmaz or Korkmaz or Tobias?
Tobias, game winner against the
Fuck
Lakers.
no. Get
Yeah.
out of here. Come on, bro.
Yeah,
Come
he
on
says
now.
usually you don't blow your ACL twice, so he might be good on Bryant. It's a really good point. Maybe he'll tear his Achilles instead.
Matisse plus another for Reddish. Who says no? I feel like they're keeping Reddish at this point, though. That's the sad thing.
They were literally shopping Reddish like a week ago.
Yeah, but they, unless we're willing to take on Fournier's contract, I would take Fournier. I'm not gonna lie, the dude. Imagine Fournier next to Harden.
The shit we talk ourselves into.
Can I just read you his stats right quick?
Dude, he's making like $80 million, bro.
Makes
Why
18,
trade Tobias?
bro.
Why? I'm
13.
saying for what's his 4-year deal? Look up.
He shot 5 threes a game, 38% over his whole entire career.
Dude, who gives a shit about his career? What was last year?
39% on 7.7 attempts
a
with
great
the
job.
trash Knicks with no spacing.
It's a great job.
Evan Fournier is a fucking bucket.
Mo Bamba just re-signed, by the way. And I would also rather bulge my eyes out than watch Korkmaz play a second in the NBA again. I would even get mad to see him play for another team just because I feel bad for that fan base.
Well, the funny thing is, like, he was one of our better role players in the playoffs, but people won't admit it because he's not afraid of the moment. Everyone else is like, Matisse was like, hey, do I dribble? Do I pass? Do I shoot?
I'll just foul him instead.
At least Korkmaz will throw up an air ball. That's why I love Danny Green. That dude was willing to go 0 for 15. Not afraid of any fucking moment. I hope that's why I like Daniel House too, because I know he's not afraid of the moment. He'll come in, do his thing. We had a bunch of babies, last year. Also, I like Niang for that reason. He's willing to go 0 for 20, as we saw in the playoffs.
I like Niang, man.
Fournier makes
player, but I like him.
Niang, Fournier makes 18 mil a year. Let me cook up a Fournier and Cam Reddish deal right quick. Because they're trying to get rid of Fournier. I'm not going to lie. We can't make it work. So we would have to hope that they're just interested in Matisse Thybulle. You think it's possible?
As the once great late Kevin Durant said, anything is possible.
They can't get rid of Reddish now because of the Hawks now moving the picks to get Morey. So the return on Reddish is already less than what they gave up. That's a good point. Greg Melly, do you got to go?
Yeah, give me like 5-10 minutes.
All right.
Wendy says the Sixers are still trying to make Eric Gordon happen.
What's with Morey, man, and this Rockets fetish?
As long as it means Tobias Harris is gone, I'll do whatever.
You would trade Eric Gordon. You would trade Tobias for Eric Gordon.
Yeah.
No, I don't even think I would do that, to be honest, because who is our fours?
PJ Tucker.
And who else? Daniel House?
Yeah. Paul Reed.
Then what was the point of going to get Melton?
What do you mean?
If we get Eric Gordon, what? That's just a. And then trade Tobias. I feel like that's just.
I just want Tobias Harris gone. I don't care what
Yeah,
occurs.
but even I have a limit.
Nope, no limit.
Do we get a power forward back?
I would prefer the positionless idea of just a forward in general, but sure, I'll take a power forward.
So you think we're trading Tobias for Eric Gordon?
If the Sixers trade for Eric Gordon, Tobias Harris is in the deal.
Dude, he makes $37 million. How the hell are we going to match? How the hell are they going to match?
They don't need to. Their cap room isn't as bad as ours.
Does it work straight up?
Look,
No,
I'm
it doesn't.
not sitting here and saying this is the deal that we want, but I'm just saying if there was if Eric Gordon comes to Philadelphia, it's because Tobias Harris is getting traded.
All right, here's the trade. This is what Greg Melly wants, guys.
Oh my god, you and your whatever. Ooh, yo, low key kind of like David Nwaba a little bit. I don't really know if that's the deal where I'm doing it.
That's all we can get.
What else? Like literally anything. Go to the Houston Rockets roster.
Trey Burke, Boban,
Holy shit.
Sengun. There's literally nothing.
Sterling Brown, maybe.
Ooh, Usman Garuba, I'll take.
Yeah, they would never trade him. What about Jay Sean? Can they trade him or no?
I thought they just re-signed him.
They did. I don't know if they can
Yeah,
trade
this
him.
is not right. Ooh, Garrison Matthews.
I hate you, dude.
Kenyon Martin.
You're like white guy. Yeah, they would never do this, dude.
Kenyon Martin requested a trade.
And they laugh at him because it's Kenyon Martin.
We would have to add a pick, definitely. That we don't have.
Yeah.
This would be awful. I'm a Tobias Harris hater, and I would not even do that.
Are you kidding me?
What?
You wouldn't do that deal.
For Eric Gordon for Tobias?
Eric Gordon and Kenny Martin Jr.?
No, I wouldn't.
You're a lunatic, dude.
Dude, who's playing for?
Do you realize what freeing up Tobias Harris's cap space would do?
I understand that, but we already signed shit. We already use our MLE in biennial.
But we would still have fucking cap room, dude.
Yeah, for next season.
Like, guys, we have to realize in order to trade Tobias Harris, the deal might not look great.
Yeah, but Eric Gordon is not the answer. And
he brings the
it's
Sixers
like
more. He brings
just
the Sixers more off the bench than Tobias Harris does starting or off the bench.
No, but we would lose our power forward depth. We would have no one to play power forward. PJ Tucker logging all the music.
You can't find a way to fix
minutes.
that. That's the least important position out of the starting five, arguably.
Yeah, but dude.
So
Eric
our starting five would be like Maxey and Harden. Then at the 3, you would have Jesus Christmas. I don't know, Matisse, PJ Tucker at the 4, and Embiid at the 5, and off the bench.
You trust Doc to play Paul Reed?
Yeah, you would have to, dude. We don't have a backup center. And then off the bench, you'd have Melton, you'd have Shake Milton, you'd have Eric Gordon, you'd have Queen if you want to love the dude that much. Daniel House can play the 4 because he's switchable, big enough, and can guard. Then you'd still have Paul Reed off the bench. Yeah, dude, you do that deal. Kenyon Martin Jr. still. Of course you do.
Why would the Rockets do that?
That's what I'm saying. They would not do that deal.
Yeah,
of course Philadelphia would do that deal. Anybody in this chat that says Philadelphia shouldn't do that deal.
I don't think we should, to be honest.
You're so stupid. That's so stupid.
Dude, I understand Paul Reed at the power forward, but
it's not even that. It's just giving us enough opportunity.
As much as I
It's
hate
still
to
adding
buy,
depth.
as
It's
much
still
as I
adding depth.
hate Tobias Harris, I think he's more important than just throwing him away for another small guard.
Okay. Maybe. I mean, I agree. Maybe.
If we get like a Harrison
Yo,
Barnes in
Ian does
another
not like
deal,
me. Ian does not. He's not a fan of me. That's a very aggressive, comment.
bruh, we're getting rid of $37 million. Think, Rom. Yeah, but what are we gonna do? We already used our shit.
Dude, it's not even about this year. Like, just
We
not having
could get
Tobias
rid of
Harris on the.
Tobias next offseason.
Okay, yeah, cool. So let's just say fuck this year. You're right.
But we already used our MLE. We already used the BAE.
It opens up opportunity
All we can do is
regardless of
do
what we've used.
minimums.
Regardless of what's occurred, it opens up an opportunity. And look,
Everyone's gone in free agency. Who are we going to sign that are notable names? So we're just going to trade Tobias Harris for cap space when every free agent's gone? Basically? I mean, who's out there now? Greg, who's out there?
I don't know, man. But you know what? The
Everyone's
Sixers are better
gone.
by subtraction. It makes the Sixers better by subtraction.
Yeah, but you could do that before next offseason. Or you could do it at the trade deadline if Tobias Harris is booty cheeks. You know, I don't know why wouldn't that deal be on the table at the trade deadline? Because Eric Gordon, his value goes down as the Rockets keep him since he's got 2 years left on his deal. It just doesn't make sense to move Tobias for that. Like if we get Harrison Barnes in another deal, or we get, like for me, I would rather Tobias for Gordon Hayward
Me too.
because it fills a bigger need, like size at the wing position. And then Paul Reed could play the 4 because he fits with Gordon Hayward. They're shooting. But like Eric Gordon's 6'3". So we would have lineups of Maxey, who's small, Eric Gordon, who's small and also has dinosaur arms, by the way, and also James Harden, who's pretty big.
Okay, so cut you off real quick.
And then Paul Reed, who can't shoot, but he would be great in the dunker spot. And then and then we got De'Anthony Melton, who's also small.
Here we go.
We might as well just be the midget squad.
So there's this page. Don't know how reliable it is, but it does have a tweet saying James Harden is going to be a 76er, waiting on deal terms before it came out. Tweeted, Sixers are discussing a 3-team trade that would include Kevin Huerter, Harrison Barnes, and Davis Bertans.
Wait, what? Is this a reliable source you're looking at?
I don't know. Probably not.
Because Kevin Huerter just got traded, so I don't. But yeah, I would be all for that.
I would be too. All right, I gotta head out of here. I gotta pee.
He's got to pee. Any last words for Ian, your boy?
Ian, I hope we become friends at some point, man. You seem like a great guy. You're a diehard Sixers fan, aren't we all? We all want the best for the same team. We just have different opinions on how to make it work, but it's okay, man. Mav, nice seeing you, brother.
Mav, my guy.
Dude,
he was trolling me all. Here's
Mav
my thing with Mav.
Me and Mav are tight, bro. Andre, what's up, dude? What do you think about the Hawks deals, real quick? You're DeJounte? We like DeJounte in here before I go?
Let's give up our whole future for DeJounte Murray. I actually like it.
I'm a fan. It just
comes down to Trae Young's he reminds me of Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
Kind of, because like I don't think his offense is ever going to get there, but I think his defense is going to make up for his
his offense is pretty good, dude.
Well, it's inconsistent. It's not like anything special.
He's a better playmaker than Holiday's ever been, though.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, that's true. But I don't think is he as good of a defender as Holiday?
Yes.
Come on, man.
Without a doubt. He was an all-NBA defender 3 years ago.
Nah, he ain't as good as Drew. Drew should be Defensive Player of the Year at least two times.
He should, but he's in the same stratosphere as him, and even saying that is huge. All right, I got to go. I got to pee.
All right, bro.
See ya.
I
See you
will
guys.
be